say good morning, but it seems it's now afternoon. So good afternoon to you. Once again, I decided to try and sleep in. Unfortunately, the furball woke me up. So, I hope you're doing well today. Hope you're doing well every day. We've got a lot to talk about. Past couple nights have been pretty intense. A lot of energies floating around. A lot of manifestations happening too. Some of you have really gotten on the ball. And I know because I'm starting to feel it. It's just in the air. And if you got that Phil Collins song stuck in your head, welcome to my world. So, I do like to have a little fun. I don't like to be serious all the time. So, you know what day it is. The day of Odin himself. Runecasting Wednesday. So, let's see what we got. We've got Ragnarok for today. Oops. Wow, let's move this over here. Here we go. Okay, so, we're embodying those endings today. We're embracing them. We're embracing the challenge that comes with it. And we're embracing saying goodbye to the toxic, those things that we held on to that did not serve us. We're letting them go. Still all about letting go. And we're making sure that the door never opens for them to come back. Your guide. The halls. So, some of the things we're letting go of are bad habits. Some of those things that we're letting go of are just, people that shouldn't be in our lives. And so far, we're not really doing it for ourselves, but more for others. There's a good, there's a good reason to do things for others. Again, remember Monday. Monday was all about paying things forward and watching your world just slowly manifest. Believe it or not, it might be a slow process, but when you look up, it'll have happened a lot quicker than you thought. Also, it does us well to sometimes cut out of other people's lives where we may be intruding. So it's time for a good examination of that. That can happen. I know I've been guilty of it myself. And sometimes you need to back out of a situation in order for the situation to become a little more clear. That way you can go back in and maximize the help you can give. So, let's see what the runes have to say today. We have Ivaz. We have Yera again. And we have Tivaz. So, looking at it this way, this is all about your growth, primarily. And with your growth comes flexibility, because this particular rune is indicative of the yew tree. The yew tree has some of the most flexible wood out there. It's also strong because it's flexible. It can bend, it can twist, and in fact, many bows, that the type that launch arrows, were made from that kind of a wood. Not only that, but it had a tendency to last. It was very resilient. So I can also see some resiliency coming into play. With Yera, you're looking at success, not so much prosperity, not in the material sense, but more of this success is definitely one of them. I'm looking for the right word here. Oh, what is it? Sort of opportune timing. That's it. As we know from Moonology Monday, Moonology Monday has really set the tone for a lot of these readings. And the reason I've chosen to do Moonology on Mondays, obviously, is because it's the day of the moon. It kicks off our week. And on top of that, we can learn very valuable timing from the moon and its phases. And just because it might be behind cloud cover doesn't mean you can't use, like, your phone or your tablet to queue up an app and see exactly what phase you're in if you haven't seen it in a while. Timing is everything. And these two cards in unison are telling you to trust that timing, because that's where you find sort of this ultimate, justice is one word for it, but justice is all about balance. It's a weighing of the scales. And on top of that, if you've been struggling in a certain manner, this is where you come out on top. So today looks like a really good day to let go of certain things. Let go of negative emotions, let go of negative thought, let go of negative people in your life. Let go of all that negativity. Let go of the fear. Become flexible. Apply yourself a little more. Take time to meditate. Take time to study. Make yourself a little time today. Maybe just an hour or two. Study for 25 minutes at a time. Take a little 5-minute break. Come back to it. Keep doing that. And see how much you retain. And then go back to your project. Whatever it is today. And see what kind of positive results you can achieve. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you for having your morning cup of tea or cup of coffee with me. I always enjoy your company. And as I'm always apt to say, I love you. Take care of yourselves and each other. Always do what lights you up. Try to make time for that today. Again, there is no matter that's trivial. The thing that you do for someone else today that seems very small to you gets paid forward to someone else, and it creates an avalanche type of effect. So do that today. Watch it light you up. And as always, my friends, family, neighbors, here and around the world, shine on. Oh, hello again. Just here to do a little cleanup. Opportune timing. You know, I'm listening to that book Outliers, and I highly recommend that all of you listen to that book as well. Malcolm Gladwell actually makes some great little, he puts some great examples like right in front of your face, but he likes to say that the rags to riches story is not true. I don't know about that. I don't know if I agree with that point, but he does point out that there are people who had great parentages. They, when they were born, mattered because they were born at opportune times. Bill Gates managed to have 10,000 plus hours of programming under his belt before he actually went to work in Silicon Valley. Steve Jobs had plenty of time to sit there and tinker with things before he created Apple. Lots of people have had opportune timing everywhere. You know what? This book, Letters to a Starseed, also talks about timing. I like this. This is a good quote. And I think it works. And it says, we must stop trying to save other people and instead focus on returning to love ourselves, the earth, and each other. That's a really good one. But there is a section on timing in here. And if you give me just a moment here, I'll find it. Soul gifts and training, life lessons. Soul family, yes. Song of the Ancient Seeds, there we go. Let's see, why did you choose to come? That's a section there. Our ground. A time of great change and upheaval. Here we go. So, this change isn't only happening externally, we're all changing at a cellular level too. This can be painful, but what makes it even more painful is resisting it, attempting to swim against the tide, and the tides are changing each and every day. The great mother and grandmothers are busy weaving the threads of your life when you surrender to her flow, her cycles, her inhales and exhales. If you allow yourself the time and space to give yourself the nourishment and space that you so crave, watch as time expands. We're changing our relationship with time and being right now. Don't you feel it? Earth is slower than many souls are used to, and she is calling us to return to her cyclical sync. We have to go back in order to go forward. You're not here to save anyone but yourself. No one is here to save anyone but themselves. We must become responsible for our own actions in the past, present, and future, and each of us transitions from one age to the next as we dance with the patriarchal shadows and shake off those ways of being that once served us. We set ourselves free. We unbind ourselves from the cage of the past and realize that we each truly do have the key. And it's all about timing. And you're here in this time. Speaking of time, I need time to get this thing in the computer, get it edited, get it out to you. So I'm going to go. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for you to get out there and own it. I'll see you on the next one.